Well, hello from Namale. That's the name of Tony Robbins' private resort here in Fiji. That's where I am. And in this week's video, I'm excited to share with you 3 things that will be a game changer in your entrepreneurial and life journey. I'll get to that in just a second. But first, let me just give you a quick peek of this resort. And this is just a small sliver of it. You can see the pool there. You can see in the background the perfectly manicured tropical trees. Some other highlights from being here at this literally world-class resort. This is the nicest resort I've ever stayed in. The Bachelorette, if you know that show, was filmed here a few years ago. The final scene, literally underneath a cave with moonlight and all these things around here. From the minute I walked in this resort, everything, every detail was taken care of. Attention to everything. And that's the first thing I want to share with you, is that you need that level of attention to detail if you want to play at the world-class level. I'm talking about as soon as I went to my cabin, my name was literally engraved in wood. So they personalized the experience as soon as you walk in. When I saw my bed, there was fresh rose petals with a heart and a handwritten note from the general manager. That type of attention to detail. Every single person here, all the staff, knows me by name. I don't even know how that's possible, but that when I'm just walking to lunch or dinner, hey James, how are you? That type of attention to detail is so important if you want to play at a world-class level. So that's the first thing I want to share with you. The second thing is that if you watch my weekly videos, if you follow me on Instagram, which if you don't know, I'm posting on Instagram very regularly, basically every day. My handle there is James_Mel_official. So if you like my content, check that out. I post there regularly. But you'll see I go to places like this. I go to cool events. I eat at nice restaurants from time to time for business events and do all this cool stuff. And these days with social media, we see that stuff. We see the highlight reel from everybody, right? Scenes like this and tropical paradises and all sorts of stuff. And this is nice and it's fun and cool experiences like this. But here's the thing you don't see, is that when I first got started on my entrepreneurial journey, I lived in a duplex that was formerly a crack house that I had to renovate. And that's where I lived for a few years. That's where I ran my business out of. That's what a lot of people don't show or don't talk about, or how I wasn't able to afford eating out at nice restaurants. So what I did is I went to Craigslist and would buy gift certificates that people didn't want for like 75 cents on the dollar, meaning I would buy a $100 gift certificate for $75. Maybe somebody got it as a gift or won it somewhere and they didn't want it, they wanted the money instead, so I'd buy it from them. That's how I'd be able to afford at restaurants for a treat. That's what a lot of people don't talk about. And I share that because it's easy to see nice resorts like this and maybe compare yourself to it or think, oh my gosh, James got lucky or other people got lucky. No, putting in the hard work is how you get to somewhere like this. Every entrepreneur, I was here at an event with 10 other amazing entrepreneurs. Every single one has a success story like this, where they started out in similar situation to me and they built it up over time. It didn't happen overnight. It happened over several years. They stuck with it. And that's one of the core beliefs I have in life, is that life is hard if you live it the easy way and easy if you live it the hard way. It's a quote I learned from Joe Polish. And if you're willing to put in that work, if you're willing to make the sacrifices, that's how I believe you can get to places like this, at amazing resorts like this. That's the second thing I want to share with you. The third thing is how important it is to have a vision. From an early age, I knew I wanted to be somebody who inspired others. I want to have my voice be able to be out there in the world. And having that vision and working on it every single day, every single month, every single year, like I've been doing for the past 10 years, again, is how you get to a place like this. Somewhat of a vulnerable share with you. I remember going to my very first Toastmasters meeting and knowing I wanted to do a speech. And then I worked my way up to eventually doing a speech. And when I finally got there, I stood in front of the room of about 25 people and I froze. I couldn't continue. I didn't know what was happening. I practiced this speech so many times, but when I finally got up there, I froze. I couldn't do it. And I share this with you because that's where I started. I didn't start somewhere like this. I started there, but having a vision and putting in the work and working through it is what got me to here. And I believe that's what will get you to wherever it is you want to go, whatever your dreams are. So I share that with you because it's easy to see all the highlight reels and judge people based on that. But just know that every successful person started somewhere, started wherever you are, or had to put in the work to get where they are. So that's the message for this week. Think about that. Have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you next week.